Let me guess. You understand English, you know the words, you know the grammar, but when it's time to speak, your brain freezes, you translate everything, you search, you panic, and by the time you're ready, the moment is gone. So in this video, I'll show you why translating happens, why it's completely normal, and more importantly, how to stop doing it. Step by step. Not by memorizing phrases, not by thinking in English overnight, but by changing how you practice. So stay with me because this is the point where English starts to feel natural. Now first, let me say this clearly. Translating in your head does not mean that you're bad at English. It just means you're not fluent yet. It doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means your brain is doing what it was trained to do. And that's the key, right? So your brain learned English like this. Word in English, and then word in your language, and then meaning. Too many steps. That's not a failure. That's the first stage of learning any language when you're not fluent yet, yeah. The problem is that most learners never move past that stage. So speaking becomes slow, heavy, and exhausting. Not because English is hard, but because there is an extra step every time. Too much work. And here's the truth. Most courses will not tell you. You don't stop translating by trying to stop. You stop translating when translation becomes unnecessary. And this is key. And that only happens when your brain links English directly to meaning, not to another language. You've probably heard this advice. Just think in English. It pisses me off. Stop translating. Force yourself to speak. That advice, those pieces of advice, are kind of rubbish because it ignores how your brain actually learns. I learned English on my own, and I don't remember forcing myself to stop translating in my head or forcing myself to think in English. So it doesn't make any sense. Let me show you what actually works. Step 1, use simple English on purpose. Most learners try to sound advanced too early. This is a big mistake that you should avoid if you're not a fluent speaker. And if it's not necessary. When your English is simple, your brain reacts faster. Your sentences come out naturally and translation slowly disappears. You can't push a button and all of a sudden you start thinking in English and stop translating in your head like magic. It's not going to happen. Fluency is speed and ease, not complexity. Step 2, learn in phrases, not words. Translation happens when you think word by word. Believe me when I say that my English improved a lot when I began to learn phrases that people actually use in real life. So stop feeding your brain single words. Instead, learn, I'm not sure. That makes sense. It depends. I did not mean that. You see, real English, real sentences, real phrases. These go straight from sound to meaning. Response. No translation needed. No translation needed. Awesome. Step 3. Respond to what you hear. When you're listening to something or watching something in English, don't pause to analyze every word. Just ask yourself, what should I say back? How should I respond? Even one word, even a short reaction, this trains response, not correctness. Step 4. Repetition without pressure. The more often your brain hears the same structures, the less it needs help from your first language. That's why rewatching shows, replaying scenes, hearing the same expressions again and again works so well. Because repetition builds instincts, automaticity. Wow. For a long time, I translated everything. In the beginning, it happens to everybody, and that's normal. Even simple sentences. Then one day, I noticed something awesome. I reacted before thinking. I answered before translating. Not perfectly, but natural. That didn't happen because I decided to stop translating. It happened because English had become familiar. And that's the key. You will not wake up one day and suddenly think in English. That's a lie. It fades quietly. Less translation, faster reaction, shorter pauses. That's how you know it's working. And here is one simple habit that you can start today. When you hear English, don't translate, just react. Nod, smile, say yeah, say right, say, oh, I see. Small reactions train big changes. So keep going, keep pushing. You're closer than you think. And I will see you in the next one.